how's it going? Today we're going to plant some beautiful new perennials in front of our chicken coop, which is right behind me. Now this area looks wildly different in season than it does right now. In fact, it looks different this year than it did last year because we lost a huge elm tree that was right behind it. We lost a third of it, just fell over. It wasn't even a windy day. And we found out that at the base it was completely rotting out, so we had to have the whole thing removed, which really changed the look here. But I did start out planting just a handful of shrubs, a few perennials, and I had a lot of annuals in here. So there was lemon coral sedum, Supertunia Bordeaux, some lavender colored dahlias. It was really pretty, but I don't want to have as many holes for annuals. I want to start amping up my perennial display. So we are kind of dodging rainstorms. That's why I'm in my coat, and Benjamin's napping. In fact, let me show you. Look at him. Isn't he so cute and peaceful? So I'm hoping he stays asleep long enough for us to get these new perennials planted. Let me show you this beautiful plant. This is called Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. Look at how pretty this is. Now it might look kind of odd seeing this normally, this is a summer blooming perennial in full glorious bloom right now, but these were forced to bloom a little bit earlier in the season, and we got our hands on them before everything kind of hit the fan. So I really just wanted to get them in the ground so I could enjoy the color in the garden right now, and they will rebloom later on this season. But they are a zone 3 through 9, so incredibly winter hardy, but they're also a shorter version of what you might be used to with Nepeta. So they're really good for the edge of a border. They only grow about 12 to 14 inches tall, and they spread out like 18 to 20 inches. But they provide so much color throughout the season, and I actually really like the smell of them. And they kind of have that cottagey vibe to me. I have more of these planted on the other side. In fact, let's walk over here. I have some planted on the other side of our pallet walkway here that I did in a cottage garden video last year. So you can see I'm starting to come back right in here. So I thought it would be fun to kind of repeat a little bit of the same color. So we'll have them here. I'm going to do a little grouping right here, little grouping here, and then a little grouping right around the base of that container. So what I'm going to do is I'd like to get them all planted. I'm going to be using my shovel and some gloves and some starter fertilizer, and that is it for this project. So I'm going to get them in the ground, and then we'll take a look and see how it looks. Doesn't this area look so cheerful, just seeing a little bit of color other than what's in our containers? Although I didn't even plant it this way, but this soft yellow and the bright yellow with this lavender purple is such a pleasing combination. And I love the fact that I'm going to have a little bit of repetition going, a little bit of repetitive color to kind of marry the whole area together. And it doesn't take a lot of each plant in each spot in order to create that kind of cohesive look. So something that I think that this plant's really going to like in this area is, other than today where it's actually starting to rain right now, this is a full sun spot, and it's a really it can be quite intense with wind and things like that. These plants are really tough to hold up to like low moisture situations. In fact, they don't want to be in a lot of water. And I may have mentioned last year that we were having some issues with water in this area, like there was too much of it. And we figured out that our zone in this specific spot, it's starting to hail now, was actually wired in twice. So this zone was getting watered twice every single day, and we didn't know it. So we're hoping that by eliminating one of those, we've figured it out. But I might have to adjust the drip in this area a little bit because these don't tend to like as much moisture as regular plants do. But the other thing I really like about these is that the petals are held on by a darker colored calyx. So the little thing that holds the petals on is darker. So once this plant is out of bloom, it still appears like it's somewhat in bloom. It doesn't look as tired as other varieties of Nepeta do when they're out of bloom. But you can come back after they're done blooming and shear them back and they'll re-bloom for you. To do that, it's really easy. I think we should probably take cover really quick and we'll come back. Hold on. My poor baby plants. Well, it's let up a little bit. It's still sprinkling a tad, but I really want to show you where to shear back these plants in order to get a rebloom. It's kind of like how we shear back our lavender and salvia so we can enjoy a second bloom, and it's really easy to do. So this is a really good example. Full, beautiful bloom. When it's all spent and these are all done, I'll kind of follow the stems back and find this fresh dome of foliage. You see that down in here? It's kind of a nice little green mound. We're going to shear back all the stems right to above that mound. So if you grabbed onto this bunch here, you'd shear it here, and then it'll reflush and grow again. But the cat's pajamas, it comes into bloom like 2 to 3 weeks earlier than other varieties of Nepeta, so you're going to enjoy them for so much longer in the season because of that, and they attract all the pollinators. So hummingbirds, bees, butterflies, they are resistant to deer and rabbits, which I don't deal with in my area, but I know a lot of you guys do. I want to show you this spot right here. I love this because it kind of looks like this pot is in a sea of Nepeta. And it's always been a little bit of a, you know, I kind of just popped this up on bricks last year, so it always has kind of sat above the soil level. And I don't even think I planted anything around the base of it last year. I can't remember, but I don't recall having planted anything, and so it kind of just looked bare. And I love this. It looks just very natural and colorful and beautiful. And this color pairing is awesome. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this new plant go in, and I hope you're dealing with really lovely spring weather as we are. I'm not going to complain about the moisture though. I'm very thankful for it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.